Hi sports fans, this is the Dog with another edition of Weber on Sports Express. Happy August to all of you. We still haven't got a whole lot of rain, have we? Hey, by the way, I was going to follow up on that story last week. The USGA associate Brad Jones of Seneca Falls was investigating an infraction when we were playing a match at Seneca Falls on the 17th hole, the long par 3. A gentleman who we were playing against did not move his mark back after being asked to move it away from the line of another putter. We find out that in match play that's loss of hole, but here's the good news. We did not enforce that rule because the gentleman who we're talking about, the anonymous person, he three-putted from 25 feet, so we tied the hole, and we decided to be Santa Claus in this instance. Speaking of Brad Jones, let's congratulate Grandpa Brad Jones. Him and Deborah, proud grandparents of a baby girl. Cara, everybody's doing fine, the daughter of Mark and Jess. Congratulations to Brad and Deborah Jones. Kudos to St. Mary's Festival. Let's talk about that. That's one of our must-see events every year for me and Mary. We were there this past Saturday night, and all the volunteers of St. Mary's Festival in Waterloo do a spectacular job. Great food, a lot of gambling. We lost, but that's all right. Losing money to the church is one thing that I can live with. But to all the people connected with the St. Mary's Festival in Waterloo, you folks do a spectacular job. Kudos from Weber on Sports Express here on FingerLakes1.com. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you will let me bore you with a little Christmas jingle. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love said to me, will the Buffalo Bills make the playoffs this year? It's been a dry spell. Can you spell 11 years? And I got the impression from watching the Bills during the last few weeks, they haven't made any big moves. That Pozalewski guy, the Paz man, linebacker, supposedly the best player the Bills had pound for pound according to the Buffalo media. What do? The Jacksonville Jaguars come in and swoop him away from Buffalo. $45 million for several years. Guess what? The Bills could have matched it. They didn't. You know why? They're dumb. They're cheap. They don't go for nothing. Dumb is the head coach, Chan Gailey. Dumber is the general manager, Buddy Nix. They're bringing a couple of guys, retreads in my opinion, Nick Barnett, formerly of Green Bay, and a guy named Thigpen. Excuse me, I could have fun with that name, but I won't. The bottom line is the Bills have done very little to improve that team. You hear those people talk about, well, they want to work with the draft. They want to mold those players into contenders. You got to go out in the free agent market. You got to bring in horses. Look at the perennial leader of the Eastern Conference in the National Football League, the New England Patriots. Look what they've done. They got Albert Hainsworth. By the way, he passed the conditioning test. Yes, he was miserable last year in Washington. They suspended him because he didn't want to play. But if he plays for Belichick, what a difference he'll make on the defensive line. And also they picked up Chad Ochocinco. Chad Johnson, his former name, guy can catch a football. They brought him in as a free agent. The bottom line is, folks, on the 12th day of Christmas, my true love said to me, the Bills have no shot again because they're afraid to spend money. They got Dumb and Dumber running the organization. They're worthless. See the Bills next year. Look for 12 straight non-playoff years. Well, I don't know about you, but you better buckle up your seatbelts. Jimmy Senecropi and myself, we're all ready to do it. Tiger Mania. Forget Justin Bieber. Tiger Mania is coming to your TV set. For the next 2 weeks, the World Golf Championships in Firestone at Akron, Ohio. The World Golf Championships the following week, the PGA in Atlanta. Tiger's coming back to play in both of them. He hasn't played in 3 months. What kind of game will he have? Will he have any kind of a game? We don't know. He's got a new caddy. He fired poor Steve Williams. I say poor. In Steve Williams' working relationship with Tiger, let's not have a pity party for Steve. Tiger made $90 million in purses with Steve Williams. $90 million. So let's just say he gets 10%, and I'm sure he gets more than that. That's 9 million shekels. Brian Bell will be his caddy coming up Thursday in Akron. I just hope that Tiger keeps his cool, because one of the criticisms I have is a lot of kids admire Tiger Woods, believe it or not, but they don't admire when he starts screaming things that rhyme with truck. Let's hope that doesn't happen this week in Akron. But if you want to see Tiger, you'll get a lot of chances to see him in the next 2 weeks, because CBS Television will show us him on every swing, whether he's 4 under or 12 over. Well, you know something, I have to laugh. I was watching the Yankees just smother the Baltimore Orioles. This goes out to Tom Hillmeyer, by the way. They were smothering the Orioles. They scored 12 runs in the first inning in a day-night doubleheader the other night. And I saw the manager Buck Showalter standing on top of the dugout. And he had this dumb look on his face. And you often wonder what a guy like him, who, by the way, the Orioles, after the first week of the Major League Baseball season, were a game up. They were 6-2. Now they're, 42-64, 22 under 500. And all I could think of is that pathetic team, what would the manager be saying to himself? And I come up with a great line. Man, we suck. What a horrible franchise the Baltimore Orioles are. Once again, they are not even a contender. They're not even a pretender. They are horrible with a capital H. By the way, the persons of the week this week, folks, I don't have to go too far. I go to Geneva, New York. DeSales High School has announced they will open up for their 100th year next season. That's awesome. It's going to be something that I find appropriate. Their nickname for DeSales is the Fighting Saints. It's going to get harder every year because some of the big donors have indicated to the management and the administration of DeSales that it's a one-time deal. They're going to give away some money. So the Fighting DeSales Saints model will continue to be a problem year in and year out. But for now, DeSales will open up for their unbelievable 100th year in 2011-2012. But their task does not get easier. The hill does not get any smaller. Good luck to all the Saints, you folks, and all of the donors are my persons of the week. One thing I'm looking forward to, we're ready to rock and roll, baby. Ready to turn on the computer, turn on our microphones. We got the brand spanking new podcast coming up this Wednesday, August the 3rd. Paul Hellstrom, he's the Paulie. I'm the Dog and Paulie podcast. It debuts on fingerlakes1.com this coming Wednesday, August 3rd. We'll tape it around 11 o'clock. It'll be published on Finger Lakes 1 in the afternoon, early afternoon, so check us out. We're going to talk about everything. Casey Anthony, sex, politics, local politics. You name it, we're going to talk about it. It should be fun. I hope that you'll join us. Take care, everybody. It's always a slice. That's a look at sports with a lot of comments my way.